How are you supposed to find love when you don't love who you are? It's a question that doesn't just whisper. It screams in the quiet of the night. It echoes in the silence after another heartbreak, after another lonely scroll through social media, after another moment where you compare your reflection to someone else's highlight reel. We all want love, real love, not the kind that comes with conditions or vanishes when we show our scars. We want someone to look at us and say, I see you, all of you, and I choose you anyway. But here's the truth that hurts before it heals. How can someone see your worth if you don't? How can someone believe you're enough when you keep telling yourself you're not? You see, we go searching desperately for affection, for validation, for attention. We call it love, but it's often a distraction, a bandage on a wound we've never cleaned. We seek someone else to give us what we're unwilling to give ourselves. But here's the real breakthrough, the uncomfortable, soul-shaking truth. You cannot find in someone else what you've abandoned in yourself. Love, the kind that lasts, the kind that doesn't leave you hollow, begins within. Not in a mirror, not in a relationship status, not in someone texting back or saying the right thing. It starts when you finally look at yourself and say, I'm enough, as I am. Flawed, healing, learning, but still enough. And let me be clear, loving yourself isn't about arrogance. It's not about pretending you've got it all together. It's about acceptance, grace, compassion. It's saying, I am a work in progress, and that's okay. It's about standing in front of your own reflection and choosing not to run, not to cover up, not to shrink, but to stay. To look yourself in the eyes and whisper, I see you, and I'm learning to love you. That's the beginning. That's the doorway to love that's real, that's lasting, that doesn't feel like walking on eggshells. Because when you love yourself, you stop begging for scraps. You stop chasing people who only want pieces of you. You stop tolerating relationships that drain you, belittle you, or make you question your worth. You set a new standard, not out of pride, but out of truth. You begin to radiate something different, not desperation, but wholeness. And that, right there, that's what attracts real love. Because here's the thing, you teach the world how to love you by the way you love yourself. And if your love for yourself is weak, inconsistent, filled with judgment and shame, the world will mirror that right back to you. You'll keep attracting people who don't see you, who don't value you, who take and never give. And you'll wonder, why does this keep happening to me? But the answer isn't out there. It's in the way you treat your own heart. It's in the way you speak to yourself when no one else is around. It's in the promises you keep to yourself or break. Because until you become home to yourself, you'll keep searching for it in other people. And let me tell you this. Nobody can be your home if you keep locking yourself out. So where do you begin? How do you learn to love someone you've judged, criticized, and abandoned yourself? You start with stillness. You sit in the silence you've been avoiding. You let the pain rise instead of pushing it down. You let the tears come without apologizing. You go back to those moments that broke you, and you offer compassion to the child inside you that didn't know better. You say, I forgive you not because you were perfect, but because you were trying. And maybe that's the first time you've ever said that. Do you know how powerful that is? To stop running from your own story. To stop trying to erase chapters just because they're messy. Because the truth is, your mess didn't ruin you. It revealed you. It exposed the wounds that were already there. It showed you where love was missing, where healing needed to begin. So don't be ashamed of your brokenness. Don't be ashamed that you're still learning how to love yourself. That's bravery. Anyone can fall in love with an image, but it takes courage to fall in love with reality, with your scars, your setbacks, your softness. Because when you do, when you finally stop hiding, you create space. And in that space, the right kind of love finds you. Not the kind that completes you, you're not missing pieces, but the kind that meets you, that sees you fully, and walks beside you without trying to fix you. And guess what? You'll recognize that love, because it'll sound like the voice you gave yourself. It'll feel like the safety you created in your own heart. It'll be familiar, because it mirrors the love you already learned to give yourself. So when you ask, how am I supposed to find love when I don't love who I am? Here's the answer. You don't. Not truly. Not fully. Because love isn't something you chase. It's something you become. And when you become love, you attract love. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. So love yourself, not in a way that waits for someone else to see you, but in a way that says, even if no one else claps for me, I will. Love yourself enough to walk away from what doesn't honor your heart. Love yourself enough to stay when the world tells you to change. Love yourself, not for who you're going to be one day, but for who you are right now. And if you do that, if you truly do that, you won't have to find love. Love will find you, because it's been looking for you too. And now you're finally ready to receive it.